call myself a parenting expert because I'm not. But as a kid growing up with an authoritative father and a permissive mother wasn't fun. As a kid, I got so confused on what to do and what not to do not to get into trouble. Parenting play a significant role in the behavior and attitude of their children. The way they talk, the way they behave with others shows the environment they are being raised and how the parents have brought them up. Who your children will be and how they will become is up to their parents. Parenting isn't about building languages and communication, but also building their own personality, parenting styles, and their challenges. And that's what we'll be discussing today. So our topic for today is parenting styles and their challenges. My name is Kaliobi, and I welcome you guys to People's Voice. And I'm not alone. And here in the studio with me, I have this beautiful, significant parent with me. On this side, I call her La Cream. So her name is
Mrs. Mokwonye, CEO, Creamstyle Empire.
Creamstyle, but I love calling you Creamstyle. I forget your name is Stella. And at this side, I have Mr. Dr. Charles. I call him Dr. Mr. Charles or Dr. Mr.
Point of correction. I'm pharmacist Charles Ekunke.
Ekunke. Ekunke. Welcome to People's Voice. And before we go into the topic or go into the show properly, let's go on this break. You're still on People's Voice with Kaliobi. Welcome back to People's Voice. And like I said, I'm not alone. You guys can see I got yellow and I got black, yellow and black, yellow and black. And today we're discussing parenting style and challenges. So I have questions for you guys. Hope you guys are ready. Put on your ready suit because you can see my gun. So what do you think is the best style or approach when training, when it comes to parenting?
For me, the best style when training a child is communication. Now you need to give room for the child to express his or herself, because it can't just be, oh, mommy talking or daddy talking. Now you still need to give a space for the child to express his or herself, because I can't just say, oh, this is how I want it to be done in this place or in this house, and my child may equally have a better opinion, but by the time you don't allow that child to speak up, to express his or herself, the child dies in silence, and later on you may regret not giving that child an opinion, a listening ear to voice out his or her voice.
Oh, that's good. So how do you choose, what style of parenting do you like and why do you choose it?
I call my own style of parenting what I would term democratic sort of parenting, in the sense that I'm attractive to my children, and at the same time I ask them to listen to their voice, know what they have to say, so that they will be free in dealing with me. Because if I'm too kind of let me call it authoritative kind of, let me call it authoritarian kind of parenting, they will be scared, they won't be free with me, they won't be able to tell me their secret, they won't be there. When sometimes I have seen some parents, when the children, when they come, they run away from them. That is not my style. My style is that I relate with them like, in a democratic setting. They give me if they have any question, they come to me, I treat it accordingly, and then advise them what they need to do and what they don't need to do.
But at times kids can be very funny. I know me growing up, I had that attribute to my attitude, where even no matter how close our parents want to be, it gets to an age where we feel that our parents are beginning to get involved in our lives so much, especially when we have a boy that is asking us out. So when it comes to that, how are you able to handle your child when your child starts keeping secrets from you?
Okay, in this area, I'll say relationship. This is where relationship comes play a big role. Now, there is this saying that you can't give what you don't have. Now, when you don't have a cordial relationship with your child,
Okay.
now that child is bound to grow up and keep a lot of secrets from you. Now, I have a daughter. My daughter is just 5 years old, and there's this relationship between me and her, whereby she comes to me, oh, mommy, I want to tell you this. No matter how horrible it is, I love to listen. No matter how funny it is, I love to listen. Because in whatsoever she want to tell me, is that I'm learning something from it, or there's something for me to correct from what she's telling me. So I always give room to listen to her. And sometimes she also wants, okay, mommy, I want to listen to you talk. That's the relationship between me and my daughter. So now I believe when she grows up in the future, I think the best person she wants to share idea with, she wants to tell things, should be me, because of the hands I've given to her growing up.
What you say just got me into a question. That's something they used to say. They said, when a child is good, it's for the dad.
Yeah.
And when a child is bad, it's for the mom. So please, why do men say that when a child is good, it's for the dad, and when a child is bad, it's for the mom?
Before I answer that question, let me put it like this.
Okay.
In my children's formative years, what I try to do is to create that bond with them, so that by the time they grow up, they will not deviate from that standard I have set for them. I try to avoid that as much as possible, so that it will not lead to that, in the sense that myself and my wife were very close to our kids. We don't give room for any of that. But it depends on bad parenting for some fathers to come up and say that when the child is bad, it's for the mom. When the child is good, it's for the dad. In my own case, I've tried to avoid that as much as possible. But in our own setting, my family, that thing doesn't come up. Because my children, they are well behaved, give them whatever they need. We try to discipline them when they go wrong. So far, so good. In my own setting, there have never been issues like that.
Okay, looking at the parenting style, or the parenting style, we have the authoritative, we have the permissive, and we have the uninvolving. And if we notice that, if we go into history, the research says that the authoritative parenting makes the kids not to have self-confidence. Their self-esteem is so low. While the permissive, the kids, yes, they have the self-esteem, but in the academics is very, very, and the uninvolving parent, that one is, so which of them do you fall into? Do you fall into the authoritative? Do you fall into the permissive? Or do any of you fall into the uninvolving style of parenting?
Well, for me, I fall into the permissive parenting, because is a give and take for me. Now, I can't impose my will always on my child.
Okay.
So I rather prefer, okay, let her talk, let me talk. Now, I know at the end of the day, we'll come to an agreement. But by the time I decide, okay, yes, it has to be all about cream store, is all what I want. Okay, in this house, it has to be what mommy is saying, what mommy is saying. At the end of the day, you're losing that child.
So which of the styles do you fall into?
I fall into the authoritative kind of parent.
Okay.
In the sense that I will set a standard for my kids, and I will moderate it so that I'm not so high, to try to be so impose everything. At the same time, I give room for discussion, listening, we interact, and all of that. So I fall into authoritative kind of parenting.
No, but what the research says that they always lose self-esteem. And before we stay go, because we have more questions on today's topic.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spar. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
And the next question is, what are the merits and the demerits of different styles of parenting? Let me move to him. I always come to you at the time. So,
okay. The merit of my own style of parenting, which is authoritative type, is that I give room for interaction so that the child will be, when he grows up, will be, it will not be scared or want to relate with me very well. At the same time, I try not to be too soft in each one or to be too hard in any of them. So when you are too hard, they will tend to run away from you. They don't want to discuss with you. Then their performance in their social life will not be so good. The academy, that is if I'm too hard on them, the academic performance might not be too bright. So that could be the demerit in the sense that if you are high on one part and low on one part, they could have a consequence. So I try to marry all of them together so that they will not. For example, if I'm too demanding or high-hardness, my child, mental state will not be too okay. It could lead to alcoholism. It could lead to, depression and so many things. So that is what I'm trying to say, is that I try to be, lenient on. So
I can say. And I like, when you're choosing for the children's career, the future, do you choose them or do you allow them to choose and you support them?
Well, I will always support my kids when it comes to their career. For I have a request when they grow up, if my request will be granted. Now, I love to sing.
Okay.
And someday I wish my daughter or my son will stand on the stage with me and we dig it together. So no matter what their career may be, if they can fulfill this wish of mine, I'm good to go.
I was thinking you're saying you have a request. Maybe she has to be Miss World.
No.
But you see, so you've heard, I'm sure she wants you to sing. Okay. Okay. You guys have heard it all on people's voice on today's topic, parenting style and challenges. And you guys have heard what they have to say on today's topic. If I could give you a minute to advise parents on what not to do when bringing up their kids, what will you say?
Well, for me, always give the children room to express themselves. That's all.
Right, sir.
Yeah, in my own case, I will always advise parents to, for example, the last question you asked, if you can choose maybe a course or for
yes.
your kids, I will look at the areas they are good at before.
That's been on authoritative.
Yeah,
okay.
The areas they are good at before, deciding what they do. I will not interfere with what they do. So what I would advise parents, give your children room to do whatever they want to do and guide them accordingly.
Growing up, I wish my dad was here to listen to you guys, but Dad, forgive me, not my fault. He was the one that was, you will need to be a doctor or nothing. And my brother's lawyer, the other one was, we had so many things that we need to become from my dad, and we never became that at the end of the day. And okay, I wish my dad was here today to listen to you guys, but Dad, forgive me, you were very, very authoritative. But anyway, my dad wanted me to be a doctor. My brother was supposed to be a lawyer, but today I am a presenter, and I'm sure he loves it. Watching me on his phone, he's like, that's my baby girl, yes. So parents should please support their kids. Learn to be your child's best friend. Once you're your child's best friend, your child can tell you anything. They can open up on anything to you. And when they are their age that they can part ways with you, not like death or anything. No, when they become parents of their own, they will, what they've learned from you, they will teach to their kids. Like they say, train up your child. So when train up your child the way you will have. So when you grow old, they will never depart from it. That's all we have for you guys on People's Voice. Until another episode on People's Voice, be good. Like I always say, love yourself. Bye.